Live fast, die young. Being a true rock star means walking on the edge of a knife. For some bands, the allure of fame and fortune came with a heavy price, one far darker than anyone could imagine. From shocking tragedies to eerie mysteries, these bands' legacies are forever marked by untimely deaths, chaos, and heartbreak. We're talking murder, overdoses, suicides, motorcycle crashes, and more. The kind of stories that make sex, drugs, and rock and roll seem like an understatement. In this video, we remember 30 rock stars who suffered the most tragic deaths. Some are still shrouded in mystery, while others are well-known cautionary tales. Number 15. Bob Marley. Bob Marley wasn't just a great musician, he was a cultural icon. Blending reggae, ska, and rocksteady, Marley redefined the genre and brought Rastafarian spirituality to the world stage. Hits like No Woman, No Cry, and Redemption Song made him a global phenomenon, while his message of peace and unity transcended borders. In 1977, Marley was diagnosed with a rare form of melanoma under his toenail. Advised to amputate, Marley refused, citing his Rastafarian beliefs. Instead, he had the nail and nail bed removed. Despite treatment, the cancer spread throughout his body. Even as his health declined, Marley continued to record and perform. He was a true legend whose music and message will live on forever. On May 11, 1981, at just 36 years old, he passed away in Miami. His final words to his son Ziggy: "Money can't buy life." Ziggy revealed his father's dying words put responsibility on his shoulders. He explained, "The last thing my father told me was, 'On your way up, take me up. On your way down, don't let me down.'" Number 14. Janice Joplin. Janice Joplin didn't just sing, she poured her heart and soul into every note, and we don't think anyone disagrees with it. With her raspy, electrifying voice, she became a trailblazer for women in rock, delivering unforgettable hits like Piece of My Heart and Me and Bobby McGee. Her on-stage presence was a force of nature, a reflection of her own turbulent inner world. But fame couldn't fill the void in Joplin's life. Plagued by loneliness and a struggle to find belonging, she turned to drugs and alcohol to cope. On October 4, 1970, at just 27 years old, Joplin was found dead in her Los Angeles hotel room from a heroin overdose. Her passing, just weeks after Jimi Hendrix's death, cemented her place in the infamous 27 Club. Joplin's voice remains an enduring symbol of raw emotion and authenticity, a beacon of brilliance snuffed out far too soon. Number 13. Mama Cass Elliot. Cass Elliot, famously known as Mama Cass of the Mamas and the Papas, was beloved for her voice and radiant charisma. Hits like California Dreamin' made her a household name, but her weight often overshadowed her talent in the eyes of the public, and even her own bandmates. Initially, John Phillips resisted including her in the group because of her size, but Cass quickly proved herself as an indispensable star. After the group disbanded, Cass pursued a successful solo career, becoming a fixture in music and television. Sadly, on July 29, 1974, she died of a heart attack at just 32 years old. Rumors swirled that she had choked on a ham sandwich, a baseless claim that tabloids ran with, overshadowing her legacy. Though debunked, the story remains an unfortunate stain on the memory of a remarkable artist whose voice defined an era. Number 12. Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly changed the face of rock and roll before most people could even grasp its potential. A pioneer in every sense, Holly popularized the classic rock band setup, 2 guitars, bass, and drums, and introduced groundbreaking recording techniques like double tracking. Hits like That'll Be the Day and Peggy Sue cemented his place as a legend. But Holly's meteoric rise ended far too soon. alongside Richie Valens, who was revolutionizing Latino rock with songs like La Bamba, and J.P. the Big Bopper Richardson, known for his humor and Chantilly lace. Holly embarked on the ill-fated Winter Dance Party tour. Battling brutal winter conditions and unreliable buses, Holly chartered a plane to reach the next venue. Tragically, the plane crashed into an Iowa cornfield on February 3, 1959, killing all on board. Holly was just 22, Valens only 17, and Richardson 28. The day the music died still echoes as one of rock's darkest moments. Number 11. Ronnie VanZant. Ronnie VanZant's rugged charisma and gritty voice defined Lynyrd Skynyrd, propelling Southern rock into the spotlight with hits like Sweet Home Alabama and Free Bird. But behind the electrifying performances was a man who believed his life would end before he turned 30, a chilling premonition that tragically came true. On October 20th, 1977, Lynyrd Skynyrd's plane crashed in Gillsburg, Mississippi, after running out of fuel en route to their next concert. The crash took VanZant's life, along with several other band members and crew. Thrown from the wreckage, VanZant died instantly from head injuries, leaving the music world reeling. The band's meteoric rise was cut short, but their legacy as Southern rock pioneers endures. Ronnie VanZant's powerful voice still echoes through stadiums and speakers, a bittersweet reminder of what was lost that fateful day, just 3 months shy of his 30th birthday. Now let's talk about number 10, Brian Jones. Before Mick Jagger and Keith Richards became household names, there was Brian Jones, the visionary who founded the Rolling Stones. An ad in Jazz News led to the band's formation, with Jones naming the group after Muddy Waters' Rollin' Stone Blues. His love for American R&B heavily influenced their early sound, making him a key figure in rock history. But fame wasn't kind to Jones. As Jagger and Richards took creative control, his role diminished. Drug addiction and erratic behavior made him unreliable, leading the band to fire him in 1969. Just weeks later, he was found lifeless in his swimming pool in Sussex, England. The coroner's verdict, death by misadventure. Yet rumors of foul play persist. Jagger later admitted Jones was obsessed with music, but perhaps not cut out for the spotlight. Despite his tragic end, Brian Jones remains a pivotal figure in the Stones' legacy, a flame extinguished far too soon. Why do good people die soon? Number 9. Keith Moon. Keith Moon wasn't just a drummer, he was a force of nature. Known for his chaotic style and unmatched energy, Moon's drumming helped propel The Who to legendary status. Hits like Baba O'Reilly and My Generation owe much of their explosive sound to his frenetic rhythms. Off stage, Moon embodied the rock and roll lifestyle to the extreme. Smashing hotel rooms? Check. Blowing up toilets with dynamite? Check. Moon's antics were as infamous as his talent, earning him the title of rock's wild child. But his lifestyle caught up with him. On September 7, 1978, at just 32 years old, Moon overdosed on heminevrin, a medication intended to combat his alcoholism. The irony? Moon died in the same London flat where Mama Cass passed away 4 years earlier. While his time was short, his drumming remains a benchmark of brilliance, a wild heartbeat that can never be replicated. So, what do you think? Drop your precious opinion below. Number 8. Randy Rhodes. Randy Rhodes was a guitar prodigy whose work with Ozzy Osbourne redefined rock in the 80s. His electrifying solos on tracks like Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley showcased his innovative blend of classical and metal, earning him a place among the all-time guitar greats. Ironically, Rhodes had a fear of flying, a tragic twist given his fate. On March 19, 1982, during a tour stop in Leesburg, Florida, Rhodes joined a pilot for a joyride in a small plane. In a reckless stunt, the pilot attempted to buzz the tour bus, but clipped it instead, sending the plane crashing into a nearby house. Rhodes, the pilot, and another passenger were killed instantly, their bodies unrecognizable in the ensuing fire. Rhodes was just 25 years old, leaving behind a legacy of brilliance and unfulfilled promise. His death remains one of rock's most heartbreaking losses. Number 7. Kirsty MacColl. Kirsty MacColl's voice carried a wit and poignancy that made her a treasure in the music world. In the UK, she was hailed as a lyrical genius, with Bono dubbing her the Noel Coward of her generation. But her remarkable life ended in an act of pretty heartbreaking selflessness. On December 18, 2000, while vacationing in Cozumel, Mexico, MacColl was swimming with her sons when a speedboat illegally entered the restricted area. Seeing the boat barreling toward them, she pushed her son out of harm's way, sacrificing herself in the process. She was struck and killed instantly at the age of 41. The boat belonged to a wealthy businessman, Carlos Gonzalez Nova, but a deckhand took the blame, raising suspicions of a cover-up. MacColl's mother campaigned tirelessly for justice, though answers remained elusive. Kirsty's bravery and talent continue to resonate, a legacy as powerful and unique as the voice she left behind. Number 6. Elvis Presley. When it comes to legends, few shine brighter than Elvis Presley. The king of rock and roll revolutionized music with his soulful voice, electrifying performances, and unmatched charisma. Rising to fame in the 1950s, Elvis brought the world unforgettable hits like Jailhouse Rock, Heartbreak Hotel, and Can't Help Falling in Love. His unique blend of rock, gospel, and blues created a sound that redefined music forever, making him a cultural icon. Beyond the microphone, Elvis became a Hollywood sensation, starring in films that solidified his status as a global phenomenon. But the glitz came with shadows. By the 1970s, the relentless pressure of fame and grueling tour schedules pushed Elvis toward dependence on prescription drugs. On August 16, 1977, the world was rocked by news of his death. Found unresponsive at his Graceland home, the king was just 42, his life cut short by a heart attack linked to an overdose. Yet for many, Elvis still lives, his spirit immortalized in jumpsuits and jukeboxes alike. Number 5. Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain wasn't just the lead singer of Nirvana. He was the voice of an entire generation, channeling the angst and raw emotion of the grunge movement. His band sold millions of records, and tracks like Smells Like Teen Spirit became anthems of the 90s. But behind the fame, Cobain wrestled with inner demons. His turbulent upbringing, a family history of mental illness, and ongoing health struggles left him battling chronic pain and deep despair. By age 13, he had already turned to drugs, and the pressures of fame only magnified his struggles. Tragically, shortly after leaving rehab, Cobain was found dead in his Seattle home at just 27 years old, the result of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. While conspiracy theories persist about his death, the official ruling remains suicide. Cobain's passing left a void in rock music that can never be filled, a haunting reminder of the cost of brilliance. All right, now, let's head over to number 4, Dwayne Alman. Dwayne Alman's name is synonymous with blistering guitar solos and the soulful sound of the Allman Brothers Band. A sought-after session guitarist, he lent his talent to legends like Aretha Franklin and Eric Clapton, shaping the sound of a generation. His slide guitar work on Layla is nothing short of iconic. But tragedy struck on October 29, 1971. Riding his motorcycle in Macon, Georgia, Alman swerved to avoid a truck. His bike flipped, landing on him and causing fatal internal injuries. Despite being conscious when taken to the hospital, he succumbed hours later. Shockingly, just over a year later, bassist Barry Oakley also died in a motorcycle accident mere blocks from Alman's crash site. Both men were only 24. Their graves lie side by side in Rose Hill Cemetery, Macon, a haunting reminder of the fragility of life. Though his career was quite brief, just like other rising legends, Dwayne Alman's legacy as a guitar wizard remains timeless. Number 3. Mark Bolan. Mark Bolan was more than a rock star. He was a cultural force. With his band T-Rex, he helped define glam rock, blending mystical lyrics, catchy riffs, and a flamboyant style that inspired artists like David Bowie. Hits like Bang a Gong, Get It On, and Cosmic Dancer catapulted him to stardom, making him a symbol of 70s subculture. But Bolan's rise was tragically short-lived. On September 16, 1977, just days shy of his 30th birthday, Bolan was killed in a car crash. His girlfriend, Gloria Jones, lost control of their Mini Cooper in London, crashing into a tree. Bolan died instantly, leaving fans devastated. Though his career had waned in the mid-70s, Bolan's influence remains undeniable. His final television appearance, performing alongside Bowie, is a bittersweet farewell from a pioneer whose legacy continues to shine as brightly as his glittery persona. Number 2. Richard Manuel. Richard Manuel's voice was the kind that could stop you in your tracks, raw, soulful, and hauntingly beautiful. As a member of the band, he brought depth to classics like The Wait and I Shall Be Released, earning praise from peers and fans alike. Levon Helm once called him the best singer I'd ever heard. But behind the talent was a man battling demons. Manuel struggled with depression and substance abuse for much of his life. The loss of manager and mentor Albert Grossman in 1986 further deepened his despair. On March 4, 1986, after a show in Florida, Manuel tragically took his own life in a hotel room. He was just 42. His death marked the end of an era for the band, leaving a void that could never be filled. Richard Manuel's story is a poignant reminder of the pressures artists face and the fragility of even the brightest stars. Number 1. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan didn't just play the blues, he lived them. Known for his soulful guitar skills, Vaughan breathed life back into the blues during the 80s with his band Double Trouble. With hits like Pride and Joy and Texas Flood, he captured the hearts of millions. Rolling Stone ranked him 12th on their list of the greatest guitarists of all time, a testament to his raw talent and artistry. But on August 27, 1990, Vaughan's rising star was extinguished. After performing with legends like Eric Clapton and Buddy Guy in East Troy, Wisconsin, he boarded a helicopter bound for Chicago. Moments after takeoff, the helicopter crashed, killing Vaughan, the pilot, and everyone on board. At just 35 years old, Vaughan's life and career were cut short, leaving a gaping void in the music world that still lingers to this day. Hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.